What was the takeaway from the weekend by Maggot Central? It was just incredible what Trump was able to get out of Vladimir Putin, which was checks notes. Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. But according to Peanut Butter Dickhead and that crowd, Vinny's all like, his neck veins are going. So he's upset that somebody's not giving Trump the credit he deserves, or he's mad we're not talking about Epstein. We'll see.
The meeting that took place in Alaska, Trump, Putin come together for the first
Right now, over me.
They both have to travel. When Putin lands.
That is true. Thanks, man. I wasn't sure if I was first. I thought they both lived in a fucking igloo together.
Trump, the walk up. Rob, if you can do me a favor and pull up the clip of Trump walks out first.
Well, staggers. I'm sure you guys will call it swagger.
Stands waiting for Putin to come.
It's not the first time.
Showing authority. He's up there.
Showing authority. Yeah, nothing says authority like waiting for someone to join you.
And then when Putin walks up, all the body language expert YouTubers lose their mind, because this is what you want to see. The first handshake between the two when Putin walks up to shake the president's hand. And as
he does the bitch shake.
He's doing that, and they're walking up. Rob, I don't know if you can find it or not, Rob.
Oh, he can find it.
Just go to X if you're having a hard time finding it still.
Yeah, go to X. It's still up there. Especially show the fucking walk where he barely stays on the goddamn carpet.
Most popular clip out of all of them.
What the most gangster.
Trump, Putin, handshake.
They're all like, what a fucking gangster. What a boss. The way he turns his palm up like a bitch.
They walk up, not this one.
With the B-52 bombers?
Yeah, don't show the part where he's walking. They walk up. Putin walks up. Trump waddles, staggers. I don't even know what the fuck you call it. Right. He weaves. Trump does the weave while he's walking up to the thing. One left over. Oh, God.
You're talking about?
You can watch this one here. So he's chilling. He's waiting.
Yeah. He's just like a beast, looking down at the ground, hands hanging slack at his sides, his tiny feet, and look at his hands. This is his head. This is his whole body. Look at these guys. Look at these little blue things. You think he's wearing some sort of like anti-poison like goop all over them, so he feels comfortable shaking hands with him? Like, we're gonna put this stuff on your hands. It's gonna sting and it smells, but if you shake hands with them, most of the poisons that we know they have, and we can't promise everything, but we're pretty sure they can't get through this goop. And then once you get inside, then we'll wash it off.
All right, here we come.
Hello?
5, 4, 3,
clap it up.
2.
Right, again, what the fuck is gangster? Seriously, what does he end up? How in the fuck is this supposed to?
Oh, hello there.
Why is this being an alpha?
One.
Hey. We are happy.
How much smaller
there.
it is.
He's like, hi.
Hello,
How you
little
doing?
Russian
Very
friend.
good. Very good trip. We
Okay.
have fun.
And
Very good. Yeah.
we'll
You
go
beat
over
Hillary.
All right.
Remember you beat Hillary? They said Russian collusion. We don't
All
need
right,
it.
let's do it, boys. Wait for this.
So that's
Yeah, boss as fuck, man. He doesn't look like a derpy old fart waiting for somebody to bail him out of a problem.
Oh, hello there.
Good God. Like a gangster
that. Now,
who knows he's gonna be whacked and has just walked onto a tarmac where somebody's put a giant red tarp on the ground. He's not gangster unless you're counting like when fucking, I don't know, like Joe Pesci realizes the car ride out to the cornfield isn't so he'll be a made man.
they're walking. What does Trump decide to do? Talk about timing, by the way. This is not easy to time this.
Oh my God.
Watch what they do.
And
Go ahead, Rob.
3, 2, 1. Cue the bombers.
Oh my. Oh.
So loud.
He clapped.
It's called Pete.
I showed that because you said you wanted to look at the underside of them real close, so your guys should have their cameras out, right? All the spy equipment on your fucking planes and everything that's tracking them as they go by.
Through strength, Vladimir.
Can we acknowledge how gangster,
So gangster.
you're meeting with?
No, it's not fucking gangster, dumbass. That's U.S. taxpayer dollars for like he's giving him an aerial flyover. It's not a threat.
The world's largest nuclear power, and by the way, he claps and then he leans in and goes, "You're good." How gangster
Why-
is that?
Did you
Okay,
see the
so-
voiceovers all weekend? It's like, Vlad, I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, he is.
So why do you think he did that?
And I love that you said the CNN.
Because he's got a tiny little mushroom dick. That's why he did that.
Automatic.
It was Hegseth's idea. It was Hegseth via Marco Rubio via Hegseth.
We had body language experts. I don't care what your profession is with body language. I don't care if you despise Trump. The timing and how gangster is it that you see Putin and the timing of you know what that means? The bomber's like, okay, all right, guys, right now. And the moment that he's about to hit that stage, a B-52 bomber, which can carry nuclear arsenal with 4 fighter jets, Pat, that goes to show him, like, hey, listen, at the end of the day, I'm still the alpha. I'm the boss. Period.
You think that's
Or he's giving him basically the equivalent of a 21 gun salute.
the reason why?
Gangster!
Any other take than what Vinny said?
I think
Any
it's
different take?
gangster.
Yes. Trump has a tiny little mushroom dick. They knew that he would stand there clapping like a fucking harbor seal with Putin coming, give him a bitch handshake, and then walk with him like he was getting a performance review from his direct supervisor. So the people around him scheduled a flyover to try and buy off your bullshit alpha male show, so that you'd think you'd ignore all the embarrassing parts of it. That's why. That's the take.
No. I don't disagree with it, but Trump understands the moment and he understands trolling, and trolling can be done in so many different ways.
Yeah, and especially when it involves, I guess, tens of thousands of dollars in U.S. taxpayer money, and it doesn't really accomplish anything.
Yeah. So
What'd
okay,
you think?
so that's that part. Now, as they're going about it, they're having their conversations. Everything that's going on. Different talks. Rob, do you have any other clips that you want to show with this one here?
Probably, how about, wait, hold on. Let's see. I don't know if this will be. Is this open? Yeah, how about this one? This one. Yeah. Okay, hold on. This is the. There you go. Yeah, here we go. I think this shows Putin is limping. Trump is staggering. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, maybe not. What the fuck? Okay. So there's Trump, like, really hanging on to that rail. Unsteady Trump. There he is, and staggering down the fucking... Whoa! Boy. Putin's dragging a foot. Although I think he's... Last time it shocks the world. This is the primary thing is that stagger, that zigzag. I gotta get back on the thing. I think they laid out people were saying they shouldn't have rolled out the red carpet for Putin. I think they laid out the red carpet just so Trump wouldn't wander off the fucking tarmac. And this whole bitch palm up handshake. And then the whole pat you and this, and there you go. People are asking if he's drunk. They noticed he was struggling to walk steady. Yeah. Like, he almost misses. Watch his hand right here. He misses it the first time. Did you notice that? Watch his hand. He literally whiffs the railing. And then Putin comes out. He's got, his guide or whatever. There you go. Thank you. I think the idea was that Trump will get a 4-second head start so they can arrive at basically the same time, but Putin let him fucking dangle. And I think he was saluting Putin here. If indeed this is Putin, there's been a lot of talk about that this was a double and Trump wouldn't know the fucking difference. Yeah, that's the stagger. There you go. So, yeah, you get the point. So, this whole fucking, like, dude's a fucking gangster nonsense.
There was one. Let me grab it. I
Tom,
believe this is the one that...
Yeah, it isn't the shot of him walking up and staggering all over the fucking red carpet. I don't know why you're not playing that, peanut butter dickhead. Why isn't Vinny and those guys you don't want to see his fucking swagger? His boss fucking alpha swagger, especially when he's coming down the steps and he's got that death grip on the railing, and then when he gets to the fucking carpet and he S-curves his way, he shows the Trump weave.
is in your notes.
which one is this one, Rob?
This is the handshake and then a breakdown of the right here.
Yeah, I like this one. Watch this breakdown of this one TikToker. I like the way he broke it down. Watch this.
These moves by Trump during his meeting with Putin in Alaska were pure negotiating genius. Air Force One lands, Trump steps out, walks straight to his spot. Putin
Walks straight to his spot. No, he doesn't. He does not walk straight to his spot. He also doesn't step out and
negotiating
you notice how they cut around everywhere.
genius. Air Force One lands, Trump steps out, walks
They don't show him whiffing the handle
straight to his
of
spot.
the banister.
Putin's plane lands after, Trump's already there, standing firm.
His plane didn't. What the fuck kind of AI bullshit is this? Firm? What the fuck?
Adjusts his jacket, little wave, a clap or two, but he's not moving an inch. He's making
What? He claps and he staggers back and then staggers forward because he doesn't know where he's supposed to fucking stand. And why is he clapping for another man? Explain this to me, you assholes. What man claps at the arrival of another man when they're supposed to be equals? Oh! Yes! Oh, hello there!
Oh, hello there!
Yeah, alpha as fuck.
Putin come to him. That's not random. That's strategy. That's
What? What do you think he's gonna do? What? He'd get lost.
you want to talk, you walk to me. Same move he pulled on the Chinese leader before.
What? He walked to Xi Jinping's the one standing there. What the fuck? Wait, this is their evidence? Watch
Strategy.
this.
That's you want to talk, you walk to me. Same move he pulled on the Chinese leader before.
The video doesn't even show this. Yes, they shook hands. We know. He walks to Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping's the one that's standing there saying, if you want to talk, you walk to me.
It's a silent message. I'm in charge here. And when Putin finally reaches him, Trump goes for the handshake and pulls him in. The handshake mind games are next level. Psychotic in the most calculated way. He exudes power. That's a real president. Then, the ultimate move.
All right, this has to be like an AI voiceover put out by the Chinese government.
Two stealth bombers cutting through the sky.
Sorry, how many?
President. Then, the ultimate move. Two stealth bombers cutting through
B-2 stealth bombers, plural. That would be one. And the other ones are fighter jets.
the sky. This isn't just a military show, it's a statement. Fly the most advanced bomber in the world over your rival's head during a handshake. Putin even glances up at it. Trump doesn't, because he already knows it's there.
No, Putin looks at it because he hears it. Trump has forgotten about it until it's right overhead.
That's confidence. That's control. That's the art of the deal. Live and unfiltered. Whether
Live and unfiltered? It's AI. This is a Chinese AI video. These guys are fucking masturbating to a Chinese AI pro-Trump video. Live and unfiltered?
Oh my
That's confidence.
God!
That's control. That's the art of the deal. Live and unfiltered.
Live. Oh my God, Vinny! Is that how you pronounce live? You've been doing it wrong this whole time?
Whether you love him or hate him, this was pure showmanship from a master negotiator. And in that moment, everyone watching knew exactly who was in charge.
Yes, Vladimir Putin.
Jake just messaged me too. He leans in and actually says, "That's for you." Like as a gift. That's so funny.
So Tom, what got
That's so funny. Yeah. Anyways, hey, Vinny, what about those Epstein files and the 60 to 70,000 Ukrainian children that have been taken by Russia? You don't, he's a boss. You know what? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have even brought it up.
accomplished with this meeting?
So what got accomplished
Fuck all.
at this meeting is the two largest superpowers came together.
No. Russia is not the second largest superpower by any stretch. India has more functional nukes than they do at this point. Has a much bigger population, could have a much bigger impact. Not even mentioning the Chinese military, ass that it is.
On U.S. soil, not at The Hague.
U.S. Sorrel? Sorry, where is that exactly? Is that a city in Alaska?
Two largest superpowers came together on U.S. soil, not
Sorrel.
at The Hague, not overseas.
Well, definitely not. Definitely not at The Hague. Gee, I wonder why wouldn't they pick that as the place to go? Why not The Hague? Why wouldn't Vladimir Putin want to fly to The Hague?
Not in Minsk, where the Germans got
Minsk. Minks are a lovely little animal. Too lovely for their own good, I think.
together a couple years ago with him. Not any of that on our soil. Says
Well, not according to Trump.
the Alpha got together with him, and there's a lot of
Hey, asshole, you do realize that our country is one of the few countries that Putin can go to without being arrested on sight.
things that Putin wants. This wasn't just about Ukraine. There were some other things that were Witkoff was talking about that were discussed, and I think
Yeah, like the resolution of the P-tape. He's got a copy that I guess is in 8K.
what got accomplished is that the world knows the path to peace in the Ukraine goes through Donald Trump. And whether it's on his desk with the documents or it's the aid that he's pushing back, that's what got accomplished. Everybody in the world, including other world leaders, knows remember, Europe was trying.
No. Not because of him as a man, but because of the size of the U.S. military and our arsenal, which Trump is just using. It's like the fucking, the story of the mouse in the jungle that thinks that the panther is scared of him because there's a lion right behind him. He's like, I showed you. And then he turns around and realizes.
Remember when they had the Zelensky incident in the Oval Office?
Incident. That's what it was. The Zelensky incident. So I love that movie. Who was that? It was, Robert Redford and Lee Van Cleef and Sally Fields in one of her first roles in one of the 70s, post Warren Commission, one of the best international thrillers.
Pat, you remember what happened the next week? Zelensky went on tour of Europe and they all hugged him one at a time and offered him aid, but turns out the UK aid turned out to be debt against the Ukrainian citizens. Remember all that?
Yeah.
Well, this is Trump. What it got accomplished is Trump has reset the narrative of negotiations.
Oh, man. Turd polishing, a little bit of turd polishing, just polishing those turds all day long.
The Russia-Ukraine peace treaty, and it needs to be
Dude, try harder. Holy fuck.
peace treaty, not a ceasefire.
Rob, can you do me a favor?
Can you explain what the fuck he just said?
The one thing, if I'm Trump, one of the biggest outcomes, I believe for him, top 5.
Is to make a boom boom without it stinking up the place.
It could have been top 3 on his list, my opinion, is for Putin to say the war would have never happened if Trump was president. You have to know that was on top of Trump's list.
Yeah. He will give up Ukraine just to have Putin say that because he's a fucking weakling. He's a tiny little mushroom-dicked toddler of a human being.
Of a thing that he wanted Putin to say.
Yeah. And Putin thought, if I say this, then he'll just make them give me a bunch of land.
Because it was a statement for Putin to validate what Trump kept saying during the election and the debate.
Yeah, which is exactly what the person who fucked with the election would say. Because if you recognize that in this circumstance, it isn't just about this bloviated idea of Trump's personal vision that he was cheated in an election, but that Putin is directly involved in a crime of fucking with our election. So of course he's going to say they didn't rig the election and that the Democrats are the ones who actually rigged the election to keep Trump out.
If I was the president, the war would
These motherfuckers are going to lap up everything Ghislaine Maxwell says.
never happen. Everybody's like, who the hell you think you are and all this other stuff? And guess what the guy who started the war just said? Here's what he had to say. Go ahead, Rob.
I'd like to remind you that in 2022,
Yeah, the guy who started the war and is continuing the war.
during the last contact with the previous administration, I tried to convince my previous American colleague that the situation should not be brought to the point of no return when it would come to hostilities. And I said it quite directly back then that it's a big mistake. Today, when President Trump is saying that if he was the president back then, there will be no war. And I'm quite sure.
Yeah, right. There wouldn't have been a war. You'd have just taken the fucking place. It would have been an attack and it would have been over. If Putin had been in charge when this war started, which was the goal in the first place, they would have taken the country. They'd have had Kyiv in a few days. They would have gotten zero pushback from the United States because Trump would have slow-walked fucking everything. And before there was a chance for even the Europeans to react and marshal, NATO's reaction to it, or at least the European continent and the United States together, Trump would have slowed that approach so much that Putin would have taken half, if not more, of the country, including Kyiv. That was the point. It wouldn't have been a war. It would have been an attack.
That it would.
The Ukrainians, you see, to have a war, you have to have two parties fighting. You need to have two armies fighting. If one army never gets a chance to get off the ground and the other one just obliterates it or is allowed to basically take over the entire civilian infrastructure of a country, then that wasn't a war. It was an invasion and they won. If Trump had been in charge, it wouldn't have been a war. It would have been an invasion. And that's it.
It'd be so. I can confirm that. I think that overall, me and President Trump have built a very good business-like and trustworthy contact.
Business-like.
And I have every reason to believe that moving down this path, we can come, and the sooner the better, to the end of the conflict in Ukraine.
Okay, so for Putin to say if Trump was the president, war wouldn't have happened, that's like a slap in the face for the Democratic Party. It's not just...
Yeah, I'm still smarting from it because I always care, first and foremost, what Vladimir fucking Putin says in the protection of Epstein's wingman. What the fuck? Who... Dude, I'll slap you in the face with my dick. There's no, none of us were like, oh dear God, did anybody pearl clutch? Chat room, was there any major pearl clutching when Vladimir said, oh, that's a slap in the face of the Democratic Party? Get the fuck out of here. Do these assholes actually, I was about to say, yes, they do. I was about to say, do they actually believe this shit? Yeah, they're that dumb. Good God.
Biden is the entire Democratic Party. And so as we're going through this, and Adam...
No. Hey, man, I cannot be insulted by a guy that sends rape squads into a city to clear it. I cannot be insulted by a guy who breaks rapists and serial murderers out of jail and releases them into a neighboring country, you fucking tit. I gotta say, it should be an insult to every guy on this panel with this asshole that they would side with Vladimir Putin in anything that he says, considering the characteristics I just mentioned. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself for taking the side of someone like Vladimir Putin, or saying that any of his suggestions about, the morals or ethics or legality of any action that was taken is an affront to any of your fellow Americans, by the way. No. Fuck off, you child.
To come to you next. When you see something like this happening, okay, Putin says what he says, okay? They meet, Trump
Yes, Putin says what he says. My eyes roll. Then what?
does the showmanship. Conversations are being had. There's a lot of messages that nothing happened. This was a waste of time.
True.
A lot of liberal media are saying all this stuff. There was even a moment when Rubio goes on Kristen Welker. I don't know which one it is. We'll show that here in a minute. But there's a lot of stuff that was says. Where are you at with this? What do you think was accomplished with this meeting?
So, you guys...
Here's real quick. Who gives a shit what you think was accomplished? Right? If it's an accomplishment, you should be able to show it. What's the thing that they agreed to that's concrete in any way, that makes any fucking sense at all, and that somehow alleviates the criminality or the lack of morals or ethics involved in this invasion in the first place, or justifies the invasion? That would, if it's an accomplishment, you shouldn't have to have an opinion about it.
We're talking about you went to see a movie this weekend?
I went to see a movie this
Okay,
weekend.
gotcha. I never see movies, but this is very reminiscent of a mafia movie.
Oh my God. Very reminiscent of a mafia movie. Yes. You know what? You got a point. Both of these motherfuckers are immoral, violent criminals who are the heads of organizations and are having a meeting that will involve the deaths of thousands of innocent people. This might as well be a scene out of fucking Scarface, where, the pre-Kraken South Central era of cocaine that will eventually lead to the deaths of a bunch of people you won't fucking hang around.
And it's almost like The Godfather. You got Don Trumpino out here.
Oh, God. Don Trumpino.
He's the mafia boss of America. You got Putin.
We're not a mafia, you dumb motherfucker.
He's the mafia boss of Russia. And then you have Zelensky.
Russia's actually a mafia.
He's just sort of low-level street boss that's...
He's the president of a sovereign country, asshole. You are sitting in front of a fake bookcase. Look, I know I'm in a fake little spaceship here because I made it, and I put it up because I enjoy it. But I'm not doing it so that people will actually believe I'm on a fucking spaceship. You, on the other hand, are in front of some sort of fake knick-knack shelf in some asshole's rec room that just over time is just getting clutter upon clutter upon clutter of shit that nobody gives a fuck about and makes no sense. And the worst part about it is the shitty merch you're not selling, so you have a bunch of it out there, and the books you are never gonna fucking read, if they're real at all.
Caught up in the middle of this, almost like a pawn, and he's begging for protection. You got the EU and NATO, they're their own.
Sorry, in this mafia movie, so the low-level boss has 70,000 children that have been abducted from his neighborhood by one of the mafia bosses, and Don Trumpino is cool with that. And so are you.
Sort of bosses on their end, and they're basically not wanting to send their sons to war, so they're sending money and they're sending military equipment and they're selling weapons.
Okay, this mafia movie got really odd all of a sudden. You sure it's a mafia movie and it's not the movie Commando?
And at the end of the day,
You should not drink and bake.
this is a turf war. Trump understands what he's looking for. Trump wants to get a deal done.
Yes, and the deal is over turf. Because it's all our turf. Can you dig it?
Why does Trump want to get a deal done? Trump could care less what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. Trump wants to pivot to China. China is the big boss. I know you mentioned.
What? First of all, what the fuck does this have? Why would it stop him? Is it because China's helping Russia in this situation? In which case, that's why it's hard to make a deal, because the American people, by and large, don't want to do business with a country that is helping Russia abduct children and rape and murder people?
The two global super.
Not that you guys give a fuck, peanut butter dickhead and company.
Powers. I assume you meant by nuclear or weaponry superpowers, but
Superpowers, sure. Yeah, they're a superpower.
China is where basically U.S. wants to pivot. The sooner that we can get this deal done in Russia, the sooner we can figure this out, the sooner we can pivot to the big issue of our time, which is China. So we'll.
All right, the big issue of our time. Okay, what's the issue? Moving manufacturing back to the United States, the Chinese military, Taiwan. What does this asshole think is essential to the China conundrum?
See how long this takes. I said on the last show there's a 99% chance nothing comes from this.
So let me get this right. You are comfortable gargling Putin's balls for a 1% chance that not peace comes from this, that not a resolution, that anything comes from this. 99% chance nothing comes from this. 1% chance they exchange new cell phone numbers and spend, and go on one golf trip together.
I think Zelensky's going to come to the office,
Today.
this week in a suit? Is it today?
It's today. They're driving.
So he's bringing his whole crew there, UK, France, Germany. He's even bringing
the heads of the other 7 families. Stick to your original mafia storyline, asshole. You wandered down into, I don't even know how the fucking triad worked its way into this mafia movie.
the one NATO leader who called Trump daddy. So Don Trumpino,
This is fucking embarrassing. Good, keep hammering, dude. It's a great analogy.
the end-all be-all mafia boss, is calling.
The end all be all. It's the be all end all. It's not the end all be all. It's the be all end all. That's how the phrase goes. It's a colloquialism.
The cards here. I want to see what happens.
Well,
with
I agree with
Zelensky.
what you say about China, but let me check you a little bit. 99% chance that nothing happens?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. One small edit. 100%.
From that meeting.
Before they ever walked in, it reset the global order of who's the alpha and the
It reset the global order of who's the alpha. Like our world is run by a bunch of fucking silverbacks who throw branches and pound their chest. Are you out of your fucking mind? The alpha? Hey, I got news for you. The head of Chechnya is way more fucking alpha than any of these motherfuckers, and he has zero goddamn power. There's a bunch of countries with very alpha leaders in Africa, South America, the Middle East, even a couple of Europeans. They're really fucking alpha. It's the thing that keeps their countries from advancing.
framework, and then the speech at the podium validate.
The speech at the podium, where he sat there like a dickhead, or stood there like a dickhead, while Putin ate all the fucking air out of the room.
It's a fabrication and a false, not a fabrication, but a falsehood that the U.S. mainstream media was repeating almost like a synchronized chorus.
So
before we even get to the negotiating table and before Zelensky ever steps foot into Washington, where you have all the folks of Europe, 99% chance nothing happened of it. I see a lot as already. So what?
Oh my God. Nothing has happened. The chance of something happening from this, first of all, it hasn't, okay? The first meeting didn't accomplish anything. There wasn't a ceasefire. They didn't move the ball down. Like the idea of a trilateral meeting, the idea of a multilateral meeting with Vladimir Putin, it's been bounced around for fucking years. So none of that is new. And the only thing new would be this meeting between Trump and Putin, which led to nothing except for Zelensky's next meeting, the rest of the European leaders going, oh, no. You're not going to fucking box him in with little J.D. Vance over there and treat him like shit. We're going to be standing by his side. You come for him, you come for all of us. You want to talk about an Article 5-like approach. The European leaders are already doing that on a geopolitical level with Zelensky.
What you're talking about is rhetoric and marketing and bravado. Is the war still going on in Ukraine?
At the moment.
Yeah, exactly. So meaning nothing has changed. The whole goal of this meeting is to create a ceasefire.
Wait,
there's been no
Are you
ceasefire.
saying
What, are they going to sign it as you walk off the plane?
No progress has been made.
That's not what I said. I said progress in regards to war. The whole goal.
So progress in regards to so.
Yes, I agree. Are we going to finally get Trump Tower Moscow out of this shit?
By the way, just this morning, Russia attacked a Ukrainian apartment, if I'm not mistaken, and a few people were killed. Rob, can you look this up to verify that? Because I saw.
Thanks for bringing that up, peanut butter dickhead. You show him that something did happen because of this meeting. Putin doubled down on hitting civilians. He killed more kids. Motherfucker.
That in the news early this morning with this going on.
Hold on. All right. So, like these assholes, they're indicative of the turd polishing that is going on around this.